Hi there, Brisky here. Now we will explore to think critically and differentiate between myths and truths. Let us listen to the song.
So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like don't bathe after food. Your digestion will slow, it takes longer than you know. Wait a bit, wait a little bit. Don't bathe after you take food. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like don't bathe after food. Your digestion will slow, it takes longer than you know. Wait a bit, a little bit. Don't bathe after you take food. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like no shoes inside. The germs come with you, they're hard to remove. Take them off, just take them off. Don't walk with shoes on inside. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like no shoes inside. The germs come with you, they're hard to remove. Take them off, just take them off. Don't walk with shoes on inside. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like turmeric on wounds. It will heal very fast, turmeric will last. Just rub it on, rub a little on. Put turmeric on your wound. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like turmeric on wounds. It will heal very fast, turmeric will last. Just rub it on, rub a little on. Put turmeric on your wound. This myth is true. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like don't sleep under trees. Insects will fall on you, you'll inhale CO2. Not under trees, don't sleep under trees. You won't sleep well, they're outside. This myth is right. So many myths we hear every day, but most aren't true. Some are true because of science, like don't sleep under trees. Insects will fall on you, you'll inhale CO2. Not under trees, don't sleep under trees. You won't sleep well, they're outside. This myth is right.
Hello, my dear friends. Brisky is here. Do you enjoy solving mysteries? Listen carefully to a story of how Detective Kishore helped solve the mystery of a missing puppy. There are questions for you to answer along the way to help Kishore. Let's begin, shall we? It is a bright, sunny morning. Ace Detective Kishore is enjoying his morning with a hot cup of tea when he suddenly hears the sound of running feet. Mr. Kishore, you have got to help me. It is Asha, the girl from next door. She is in tears and looked very upset.
What is the matter, Asha?
It is my puppy Pepper. I can't find her. I think she has been stolen.
Calm down, Asha. We will find her. I will help you. Now sit down and tell me when you last saw Pepper.
You see, Mr. Kishore, I just got Pepper 2 days ago. She is only 2 months old and is very playful. She is always trying to run out of the gate. So sometimes I have to tie her up in the yard. Yesterday I had to go out, and so I tied her up as usual to a pole in the garden and went off. When I came back, she was missing.
Maybe you did not tie her up properly and she ran away.
Impossible! Her chain was still tied to the lamppost. It looks like someone unhooked her chain and took her away. Please help me, Mr. Kishore. Help me find her. I love my puppy very much.
Shh! Stop wailing. Now tell me how many people know about your new puppy.
My friend Ria came over to see her, but she is quite scared of dogs and refused to pet her.
It can't be her then.
Why did Kishore say that Asha's friend Ria couldn't have taken the dog? Ria was too frightened of the dog to have managed to kidnap it.
Who else came to your house?
There's Amar, our newspaper boy. He played with Pepper for quite a while yesterday. Do you think he could have kidnapped Pepper?
We don't know anything yet. Let us not blame anyone until we have some proof. Did any other person come to your house and see Pepper?
Sandeep came in the morning. He works at the mechanic shop down the road. He came over to repair my cycle, but he didn't seem to pay any attention to Pepper at all.
Go on. Anyone else?
Let me think. Oh yes, the milkman came, but I think Pepper was sleeping indoors when he came. Then my friend Rohan came over. He loves dogs and offered to walk Pepper over the weekends.
Interesting. So there are many possible suspects here.
I can't think of anyone else who came to the house. Mr. Kishore, please find poor Pepper. She must be really scared and hungry.
Help Detective Kishore list the people who visited Asha's house yesterday.
Let us go inspect the scene of crime. Come on. See if we can get some clues there.
With Asha leading the way, the two go to the garden. Kishore inspects the chain that is still tied to the pole. He closely inspects the ground near the pole. He spends the next few minutes deep in thought.
All right, let's go get her.
You know where she is? How?
You know, Asha, it's really important to wash your hands often.
Sure, I know that.
Sometimes, not washing hands can be dangerous.
What do you think Kishore found near the pole? How did he know who the kidnapper was? Do you think the comment he made on clean hands is a clue?
Do you think Pepper is here?
Only one way to find out. Sandeep, we have come to collect the puppy you took away. I don't know what you're talking about. Go away.
Pepper! I found her! I found her! She's here! Oh, my little puppy! Pepper! Pepper! I'm so glad I found you!
So Sandeep, you still don't know what I am talking about? I'm sorry. The puppy was so cute, I just couldn't resist taking her.
Mr. Kishore, how did you know Sandeep took her?
Very simple, my dear. The chain had grease stains on the spot where Sandeep had touched it to take it off. I realized that a mechanic is the one most likely to have grease on his hands.
That is why you kept telling me about washing hands. You are the best, Mr. Kishore. Thank you so much from me and Pepper.
Kishore had solved yet another crime with simple detection techniques and smart thinking. Did you solve the mystery too? Until next time, bye! day, my dear friends. Do you love the sea? Do you know that there are people whose lives depend on what they get from it? We shall now learn about the issues some fishermen face and how they make the right decisions for a happy future. There lives a group of fishermen and their families in a village by the sea. Every day they go out to sea and catch fish. They then sell it on the shore and make their money. One day they find that there are very few fish in their nets. The number of fish in that part of the sea had gone down suddenly and in large numbers. People did not buy fish if it was not fresh too. All the fishermen are worried now. They think about how they can catch more fish. Imagine you are a part of their discussion on this. Can you come up with a solution to resolve this problem? Someone has suggested that they can go further into the sea. There may be more fish there. The others seem to like the idea. Do you think this was a good solution to the problem they faced? The next day, all the fishermen sail much further into the sea to catch fish. They catch a lot of fish and are very happy. But, alas, it takes them a few days to get back to shore. The fish they caught are not so fresh anymore. People waiting to buy fresh fish are disappointed. These fish are not fresh, they complain. No one bought fish from the fishermen. Now what do we do? Wonder the fishermen. This solution has not worked, said one of them. Imagine, you are a part of the fishermen's discussion again. Can you come up with another solution to solve their problem? One other fisherman comes up with another idea. We can keep a freezer on the boats. The fish will then stay fresh even if we take a few days to get back to shore, he says. The others approve the new idea. They decide to try it out. The next day, with a freezer set up in the boat, they all set off for fishing. They come back after 2 days of catching fish. This time, the fish seem fresher and people buy them. This time too, they come back with a complaint. It is not as tasty as fresh fish, they say. Can you think of an alternative solution? What can the fishermen do to ensure their customers get fresh fish? This time, the fishermen take a decision to keep a tank on the boat. The fish will be alive when we get back to shore. We can sell those fresh, said one fisherman. They try out this idea and it seems to work. People buy the fish at first, but they again come back with the same complaint. It is still not as tasty as the fresh fish we buy from you. Why is this happening? They ask. The fishermen meet again to discuss this. I think it is because the fish are not moving around in the tank. They are still, says one fisherman. Once more, the fishermen think about how to make the fish swim around and be alert in the tank. Finally, they make a unique decision. Students, what do you think this decision is? How do the fishermen make the fish swim around in the tank? Have a discussion in the class and list the solutions on the board. Shall we see what the fishermen did? The solution the fishermen come up with was to include a bamboo shark in the tank. "A shark?" says one fisherman in surprise. "Why, that will be too big for the tank." "Not the bamboo shark. It is quite small and will fit easily into the tank," says another fisherman. When a predator poses a danger to their lives, all the fish will be busy moving around in the tank. They will try and escape the shark. "But won't the shark eat up the other fish?" asks a fisherman doubtfully. "Not likely. The bamboo shark feeds on pieces of fish and shrimp. We will be feeding the shark, so he won't eat the other fish." "But they don't know that. They will feel threatened and will stay active," said another fisherman. The idea works very well. The fish stay alert in the tank, swimming away from the shark. The people who bought fish also got the fresh fish they wanted. Everyone was happy. Did you see how many solutions the fishermen came up before they found one that worked? When there is a problem, we may need to come up with a number of solutions. Not all may work. We need to see which solution is best suited to solve the problem at hand. Bye for now and happy problem solving! A big hello from your friend Brisky. Have you heard of baby animals getting separated from their families in the wild? A baby gorilla gets separated from its family. We have to ride to different regions to find her home. Along the way, there are situations that demand making the right decisions based on available options. Our little friend Zooby is a 1-year-old gorilla who has been found wandering on the outskirts of a city. She was found by a kind-hearted man named Mr. Animan. He is an animal lover and owns the Bow Wow shelter for animals.
Where did you come from, little gorilla? I'm going to call you Zooby. Do you like that? Don't look so sad. Don't worry. I'm going to find out where you came from and take you back there.
And so, Mr. Animan hired a hot air balloon and flew around the world to see if Zooby would recognize her home if she saw it. Where do you think gorillas live? What do you think they eat? Mr. Animan finds out that gorillas live mostly in forests. They can be found in hot or cold climates. They eat fruits, leaves, seeds, bamboo. They rarely drink water since the food they eat is very rich in water. Zooby and Mr. Animan travel all over the world. He tells little Zooby about every region to see if she recognizes where she belongs.
This is a desert, Zooby. It is a dry area where there is very little rainfall and few trees and plants. The desert can be very hot during the day and very cold at night.
Is this Zooby's home? Would it be a good decision to leave her here? Take a look at the conditions for a gorilla's habitat before you make your decision.
Zooby, if this is your home, you would have to eat mostly cactus. You would have to get used to extremely hot or cold weather. You would also not find enough food to eat. You don't belong here. But it looks like we have to stay here a little longer. It will soon be too dark to travel.
Mr. Animan and Zooby have to spend the night in the desert. 1. A tent on a sand dune. 2. A campfire in the middle of the desert. 3. A tent by the oasis. Which of these spots is the best option for Animan and Zooby to camp at night? Why do you think so? The desert gets cold at night, so camping on a sand dune or in the open are not good options. Camping by the oasis in a tent is a good idea. There will be water nearby and they can stay warm in the tent.
Have you been to the grassland, Zooby? There is a lot of grass in these regions, but not too many trees. You will find trees only by the river. Here, the summers are hot with some rainfall. Winters are cold. During autumn, grass turns to hay. Is this your home, Zooby?
Will it be a good decision to leave Zooby here? Take a look at the conditions for a gorilla's habitat before you make your decision.
This is not Zooby's home. She can't find her favorite fruits and bamboo here. Let's move ahead.
Oh, looks like there are strong winds blowing here. Should Animan and Zooby wait till the wind is calmer? If they take off now, what could happen? If they take off in windy weather, the hot air balloon could be blown away in the wrong direction. So Animan and Zooby wait till the wind is calmer before they take off.
Zooby, we have now reached the polar region, the areas around the north and south poles of the earth. Looks like you don't like the cold, Zooby. You are shivering. It is cold here right through the year. It snows heavily and during winters you won't even see the sun for weeks. But during summer you will have continuous daylight for several weeks. No nights. Only mosses, lichens and grasses grow here. There are no forests. Is this where you come from, Zooby?
Will it be a good decision to leave Zooby here? Take a look at the conditions for a gorilla's habitat before you make your decision.
Looks like only animals with thick furry coats can survive this cold. Besides, there is nothing for you to eat here, Zooby. It is late evening and it will be dark soon. So we have to spend the night here, Zooby. But wait, it is really cold here. Let me check my supplies and see if I have proper clothing for us to stay.
This is what Mr. Animan found in his supply shelf on the hot air balloon. Set 1. T-shirt, shorts, shirt and pants, hat. Set 2. Raincoat, umbrella, gumboots. Set 3. 2 jackets, muffler, scarf, gloves, blanket. Which set of clothes is most appropriate for cold weather? That's right. We need warm clothes for cold weather. This is perfect for both of them.
Thank God for warm clothes. Now we are off again. This is the equatorial region, the areas near the equator. Zooby, you look happy. Do you recognize the place? Let's land and see. These are called rainforests. They are covered with thick green trees and plants. These trees remain green all year round. That is why they are called evergreen forests. The forests are so dense it is tough to pass through them. It has teak, mahogany, ebony, bamboo and rosewood trees. The climate here is hot and wet. Do you come from here, Zooby?
Take a look at the conditions for a gorilla's habitat before you make your decision.
Yes, we have found Zooby's home, a place where Zooby and her friends have an endless supply of vegetables, maize, bananas, groundnuts and tapioca to eat. She loves the climate here and she has found her family at last. Goodbye, Zooby. I'm glad you're happy now.
Thank you for helping Animan and Zooby. Now you know that before you make any decision, it is important that you analyze the situation, evaluate existing options, and pick the best possible choice. Hello everybody, Brisky here. Our friend Raju here has a problem. Let us see if we can help him. Listen to his problem carefully. We can then help him find a solution. You can take down notes as you listen to the problem. Raju's mother has asked him to buy a packet of salt for her kitchen. She has also asked him to buy a packet of chalk powder for his school project. Raju did buy both the packets, but they are not labeled. Raju is confused. Which packet is the one with salt and which is the one with chalk powder? They both look white and powdery. How can Raju differentiate between the salt and chalk powder? Raju runs to his mother and tells her about his problem. She smiles and tells Raju not to worry and that there is an easy way to solve this problem. She gives Raju 2 small glasses of water and asks him to use the knowledge he has gained from his science lessons to solve the problem. Raju thinks hard and finds the solution. What do you think is the solution to this problem? Did you find the solution? It is easy. Though chalk powder and salt are both white and powdery, only one of them will dissolve in water. That is salt. Raju takes a pinch of powder from each pack and tries to dissolve them in the 2 glasses of water. What dissolved was salt and the other one was chalk powder, which did not dissolve. Then of course he remembers to label the packets correctly. Did you enjoy solving the problem? Here are a few more problems you can help solve with simple science like you just did. Raju takes very good care of his rose bushes in his garden. But he is now worried. It looks like there is going to be a thunderstorm and he doesn't want his rose bushes to get ruined. To protect them from the rain, he decides to build a shelter. First, he uses newspapers to build a shelter. But his roses are still getting wet in the rain. Next, he tries using cloth to build a shelter. But that doesn't work either, as the water drips from the cloth once it is wet. What material can he use to protect the roses from rain? Using a plastic sheet is a good idea in this case. This material will not absorb water and is the best thing to use when you want to protect something from the rain. Paper and cloth will get soaked and the rose bushes will get ruined. And so Raju builds the plastic shelter and keeps his roses safe from the rain. Raju has a shed in his garden. He finds that the shed door is not opening. The hinges have become rusted from lack of use. He first tries sprinkling powder on the hinges to make them slippery, but the door stays shut. He then pours water on the hinges to see if that would work. But this idea also fails. How can Raju make the hinges smoother to open the door? Oil is the answer. Putting oil on the rusted hinges allows them to move smoothly and thereby enables opening of the door. That was fun, wasn't it? The next time you're faced with a problem like Raju, just try and see if there is a simple and scientific solution to it. Goodbye.
Hello there, my friends. Bouncy is back. This time, I have an adventure for you, where we will solve the problem of garbage disposal through recycling. Ready? Let's go. Kashyap and Tamara are spending a lovely summer morning at their grandparents' farm. They have decided to help out at the farm and have fun while they are at it. Tamara, let us look around for problems we can help with. We have been learning some techniques to solve problems at school, and I want to use them. Hi, Grandpa. What are you looking at?
Hello kids, I'm trying to figure out what to do with all these plastic bottles. They have been piling up over the last few months and I have to get rid of them, but I don't know what to do with them.
Kashyap, sounds like we will need your problem-solving techniques to solve this one. You are right, Tamara. Let's get started. Before we try and solve the plastic bottle problem, let me tell you the 7 steps of problem solving. 1. Identify the problem. 2. Analyze the problem. 3. Think of possible solutions. 4. Choose the best solution. 5. Make a plan. 6. Carry out the plan. 7. Evaluate if the plan worked. Now, let us use these steps to solve this problem. So, our first step is to identify the problem. Yes, the problem is that Grandpa has too many plastic bottles and has to find a way to get rid of them. The next step here is to analyze the problem.
I need to dispose the plastic bottles in a way that will not cost me any money or require too much effort.
The third step is to think of possible solutions to the problem. How about throwing the bottles in the garbage can? We could burn all the bottles, or even better, throw them in the lake. Wait a minute, Kashyap. I recently read about something called recycling. It means utilizing things that would otherwise be thrown away or wasted. Our next step is to choose the best solution. Plastic is harmful to the environment, so throwing it in the garbage or in the lake is a bad idea. And burning the bottles would cause air pollution, so that's out too. Reusing the plastic bottles would ensure that it is not wasted. It will also not harm the environment. You are right, Tamara. So the best solution here is to recycle. Our fifth step is to make a plan. First, we collect all the plastic bottles together in a crate. We can reuse some of the bottles and use them for something on the farm, like filling in some mud, getting some seeds, and growing a few small plants. Good idea! The rest we can hand over to the recycling plant. Our next step is to execute the plan. What are we waiting for? Let's get started on the bottles we are going to reuse. Grandpa, we have converted some of the bottles into pots for plants. We also made pencil holders and some decorative pieces out of some of the bottles. Now, let us get the rest of the bottles to the recycling plant.
thank you.
What will happen to these plastic bottles here?
They will be broken down and processed and used to make other things like bags, frames, and many other things.
There is one last step to the problem-solving technique. What's that? Evaluate. We need to see if the plan worked. Let us see. We got rid of all the plastic bottles like Grandpa wanted. We made sure no money was spent. And it hardly took any effort.
So yes, the plan was a success.
Tamara, let's look around for more things that we can reuse or recycle. Sounds like fun. Hey, look, Kashyap. I found a few empty cans. I'm sure we can recycle them.
What do you think Tamara and Kashyap can do with the empty tin cans?
I have an idea. We can decorate these cans and use them as pen stands. Hey, that is a good idea. I have another idea, Kashyap. We can paint these empty cans, glue them and use them as storage space for nails, buttons, pencils, etc.
You know, children, we also have stopped throwing away waste all the time. We recycle now too.
Really? What do you recycle, Grandpa?
Your grandma keeps the vegetable and fruit leftovers aside every day. This is fed to the farm cows. They love it.
Cool.
Children, can you come up with some ideas to reuse these old newspapers?
Put on your thinking caps again to help Tamara and Kashyap come up with ideas to reuse old newspapers and clothes.
We can make shopping bags with the old newspapers. Good idea. We can also use newspaper to wrap up gift items.
Let us now see all the things that Kashyap and Tamara made. Pen stands made out of used cans. Storage space made out of cans. Paper bags made using newspapers. Tamara's return gifts. Just like how Kashyap and Tamara recycled and reused so many items, you can do the same with things in your house. When you get home today, try and think of innovative ways to use the old things in your home. That way, you are doing your bit to save the environment. Goodbye. Hello kids, Bouncy here. Now we will appreciate that jealousy is not good. This will make us handle such emotions properly when you feel them. Let us listen to the poetry.
Sally was a little girl, got everything she wished, but she'd always want some more. She was so selfish. A dog toy here, a bicycle there, here thing, there thing, everywhere something. She would cry, complain and whine, it should all be mine. Sally was a little girl, got everything she wished, but she'd always want some more. She was so selfish. A dog toy here, a bicycle there, here thing, there thing, everywhere something. She would cry, complain and whine, it should all be mine. One day she was on the to make ends meet. This changed Sally's world. My stuff is worthless, what's the purpose? I should help, I should help, I should help people with less. I have so much sparkle and shine. I have a gold mine. One day she was on the street and she saw a girl selling toys to make ends meet. This changed Sally's world. My stuff is worthless, what's the purpose? I should help, I should help, I should help people with less. I have so much sparkle and shine. I have a gold mine. Sally was a little girl, got everything she wished. She would not want any more. She was so selfless. A dog toy here, a bicycle there, here a thing, there a thing, everywhere something. She would give and she would care. I have so much to share. Sally was a little girl, got everything she wished. She would not want any more. She was so selfless. A dog toy here, a bicycle there, here a thing, there a thing, everywhere something. She would give and she would care. I have so much to share.
Good day, friends. Bouncy is back. We all usually feel happy. Are you also sometimes scared of someone or something? Today, let us learn how to handle negative feelings like fear and nervousness. We may experience these feelings when we try new things. The Kumar kids, Nisha, Himani and Harish are excited because their summer holidays have started. They plan to learn to swim in the holidays. They are going for their first day of swimming classes. Harish doesn't seem to be as excited as his sisters. He looks a bit scared. Harish, you don't look too fine. Is everything okay?
I don't know. I feel a little different than usual.
Can you tell me how you feel? Are you feeling tired, hungry, or are you scared? How do you think Harish is feeling right now?
I have a bad feeling about this. I do not want to go for swimming. My stomach feels funny too. Harish, don't worry. I think you are feeling a little scared about swimming.
Hey, how can you feel scared? I'm not feeling scared.
Don't laugh, Nisha. Everyone need not feel the same way as you do.
Why do you think Harish feels a little scared? Harish is probably scared because he has never swum before and he is afraid to try something new. If you had been there, how would you help Harish cope with his fear? See how Himani helps Harish cope with his fear.
Harish, don't worry. We will take care of you and help you. You will be very safe when we are with you. Come on, we will help you get into the pool.
Harish's sisters help him into the pool and are by his side. They made him feel safe. Harish was not scared anymore. What are some things or situations that make you feel scared? What do you experience when you are faced with these things or situations? Fear, nervousness, or being scared are emotions all of us experience every day. We also feel happy, excited, angry, sad or bored. These are all emotions. But like Harish, sometimes we do not know how we feel. We may also not know to describe how we feel. How well do you recognize your emotions? Here are a few situations. How will you feel in each? Choose the correct feeling word. Your family is going to an amusement park. Your father has promised to let you go for a ride on the roller coaster. You are looking forward to it. You are not even able to sleep the previous day. How will you feel at this point? A. Excited. B. Sad. C. Bored. Excited! You have forgotten to do your homework. Your teacher may scold you for this. How will you feel at this point? A. Worried. B. Angry. C. Happy. Worried. You have invited your best friend home on Sunday. He calls to tell you that he will not be able to come as his mother is unwell. How will you feel at this point? A. Happy. B. Sad. C. Surprised. Sad. Imagine you have been out the whole day playing your favorite outdoor games like cricket or throw ball. How will you feel at the end of the day? A. Sad. B. Bored. C. Satisfied. Satisfied. Were you able to identify the feelings that you may experience in each situation? Did your friends have the same answers? Remember, just like it is important to be able to identify one's own feelings, it is also important to understand that not everybody has to share your feelings in any situation. Recognize your own feelings and respect the feelings of others. Goodbye. Hello friends, Bouncy here. There are times when we feel upset or stressed. At such times, if we close our eyes and imagine ourselves in our favorite place, it can help us relax. Sometimes, to take us to a calm place, we need a trigger. That is where visual imagery comes in, where a soothing voice guides us to that wonderful place in our minds. So, sit back, close your eyes and enjoy. Get comfortable in your seat. Let the body relax. Keep your hands loose and free. Lean back. For the next few minutes, tell your body to be still and calm. It is your ears that have to be alert as you travel through your imagination. Look down in front of you. There is a lovely blue magic carpet lying there waiting for you. Step on it and sit down. The carpet has risen in the air. It is floating now. You feel light and wonderful. The carpet has risen higher. You are flying up, up, up above your school. You can see the roof. You are flying higher than the trees. All the houses, people and cars look tiny from up here. You are surrounded by the blue, blue sky and fluffy white clouds. You are reaching out and touching a cloud. It feels cool and misty. You are floating along peacefully, and a beautiful white bird flies next to you, moving gracefully in the wind. Far down below, you see a flowing river. Its waters flash like silver. You are floating down to the river, down, down, down. You are a few inches above the lovely flowing water. You are reaching out and gently dipping your hand into the cool water. You are swirling your hand in it. You see pretty, colorful fish in the water. They are darting here and there, swimming away from your hand. Tiny bubbles are rising from the surface of the water. The carpet is flying again. You are now over mountains, covered with green, green trees. Far down below, you see a herd of deer grazing in a field. Some of them are looking up at you. Some of them are running away. The sun is now setting. You see a bright orange color in the sky. It is getting darker. It is dark now. The stars are twinkling in the sky. You are flying so high that you can almost reach out and touch the stars. They look like little jewels in a treasure chest. You can see the moon sparkling in the sky. Owls fly with you for a while. The carpet is slowing. It gently floats down to earth. The magic carpet comes to rest and you step off. Take a deep breath and thank your mind for this amazing journey. Allow yourself to come back to your seat. Open your eyes whenever you are ready. The next time, remember, when you feel sad or upset, just relax, sit back, close your eyes, and imagine yourself in a calm, beautiful place. Think happy thoughts, and you won't feel so sad anymore. Hello friends, Brisky is back. Now we will learn that it is important to be positive and cope with stress easily. Let us listen to the song.
Little Tim had to move and he was very scared. He cried, he kicked, he hated change. He didn't know how he'd fare. Little Tim had to move and he was very scared. He cried, he kicked, he hated change. He didn't know how he'd fare. On the first day of school, his mother said to him, say all is well and all be well and you'll be okay, Tim. On the first day of school, his mother said to him, say all is well and all be well and you'll be okay, Tim. Said it all the way to school, which was very near. A smile on his face and now he did not have fear. Said it all the way to school, which was very near. Smile on his and now he did not have fear. Made some friends and played with them, and when he came home he'd said, all is well and all be well. That saying is so swell. Made some friends